Film fanatics, it's showtime. Your favorite movie maniac VisionBoarder is back, ready to dissect a film that's as brutal as a bare-knuckle brawl and as thought-provoking as a Socrates seminar. We're diving headfirst into Netflix's Rebel Ridge, a movie that flips the action genre on its head and then drop-kicks it for good measure. If you're expecting a predictable explosion fest, prepare for a wild ride that will leave you breathless and questioning everything. Meet Terry Richmond, a former Marine haunted by demons we only glimpse in fleeting moments. Played with smoldering intensity by Aaron Pierre, he arrives in a small town with a simple goal: bail out his cousin. But his plans are ambushed by a squad of cops crooked as a dog's hind leg. Leading this pack of predators is the legendary Don Johnson, oozing menace like a cobra in a cowboy hat. These guys snatch Terry's bail money through the legal loophole known as civil asset forfeiture, a practice so shady it could make a used car salesman cringe. Now let's expose this controversial tactic. Civil asset forfeiture allows law enforcement to seize your property on the mere suspicion of criminal activity, even if you haven't been charged with a crime. It's a system ripe for abuse, and Rebel Ridge doesn't just expose it, it throws it in a chokehold and demands justice. This injustice lights a fuse in Terry, sending him on a collision course with a system designed to crush the little guy. And the action in this film is not for the faint of heart. Director Jeremy Saulnier, the maestro of mayhem behind the ultra-violent Green Room, unleashes brutal, close-quarters combat that will leave you feeling like you just went 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. Check out the insane brawl that erupts in the diner at the 1:15 mark. It's a masterpiece of mayhem, but Rebel Ridge isn't just a mindless adrenaline rush. It dives deep into the murky depths of systemic racism, exploring how these injustices disproportionately impact marginalized communities. The film captures the psychological toll this takes on Terry, with Pierre delivering a performance that's both physically imposing and emotionally raw. We see the weight of the world bearing down on him, the frustration of a man trapped in a rigged game. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Rebel Ridge is a genre-bending rebel, seamlessly shifting between action, thriller, social drama, and even dark comedy. This unpredictable blend might leave some viewers scratching their heads, but it's this refusal to conform that makes the film so captivating. And speaking of keeping you guessing, let's talk about that ending. Let's just say it's not your typical Hollywood ending. Some might call it ambiguous, others might call it downright frustrating. But one thing's for sure, it's a conversation starter. While Don Johnson devours the scenery as the epitome of Southern fried corruption, the supporting cast is equally strong. James Cromwell brings his trademark gravitas to the role of a powerful judge. And John Boyega, though his role was reduced due to personal reasons, makes a memorable impact. Rebel Ridge has received a mixed reception from critics, with some praising its bold style and unflinching social commentary, while others find its genre-bending approach disorienting. Personally, I found it to be a breath of fresh air in a genre that often relies on tired tropes. So, if you're looking for an action film that packs a punch, stimulates your brain, and leaves you with a lingering sense of unease, then Rebel Ridge is your ticket to a cinematic thrill ride. Just be prepared for a wild, unpredictable journey. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more film breakdowns and discussions. And let's hear your thoughts on Rebel Ridge in the comments.